Have you ever wondered how a single decision can change the course of history? In the intricate dance of global politics, Egypt has recently issued stern warnings to Israel regarding the potential cessation of the Camp David agreement, should an attack occur on Rafah. This agreement, signed in 1978, has been a cornerstone of relative peace between the two nations for nearly half a century. Yet the looming threat of an attack on Rafah has cast a shadow over this long-standing agreement, with Egypt making it clear they will not stand idly by. In the face of mounting tensions, Egypt has taken a decisive stance against further aggression and bloodshed in Palestinian Rafah. This stance is not just about one city or one agreement. It's about a nation's sovereignty, the sanctity of human life, and the collective will of the Egyptian people. It is a call for peace, a plea for understanding, and a demand for respect of international law. This is not just a warning, it's a testament to Egypt's commitment to uphold the principles of justice and dignity. It's a message to the world that the lives of the people in Rafah are not a bargaining chip in a game of geopolitical chess. It's a reminder that the Camp David agreement was not just a treaty between two nations, but a pledge to uphold peace and stability in a region that has seen far too much conflict. The world is watching, waiting to see what will unfold. Will this warning be heeded, or will it be ignored? The answer to that question could have far-reaching implications, not just for Egypt and Israel, but for the entire Middle East and the world at large. As we navigate these uncertain times, we must remember that every decision, every action, every word spoken can change the course of history. And in the face of aggression, we must all hope that the voices of reason and peace will prevail. In the face of aggression, nations must stand firm in their convictions. We must all stand firm in ours. Sometimes the most potent warnings come through unexpected channels. In a world where diplomatic language is as nuanced as a game of chess, communication between nations can take intriguing routes. Case in point, Israel's recent final warning to Hezbollah in Lebanon. Rather than direct confrontation, Israel chose to use the diplomatic back channels of France to deliver its message. This is not an uncommon method in the realm of international relations. Countries often use third parties to relay sensitive information or warnings to prevent direct conflict and maintain a certain level of deniability. In this case, France, with its historical ties and diplomatic reach, was chosen as the bearer of Israel's final warning to Hezbollah. The French government, respected for its impartiality and diplomatic prowess, took on the role of the middleman, carrying the stern message from Israel to the Lebanese group. Israel's use of France to deliver its warning underscores the gravity of the situation. This was not a casual remark tossed across border lines. It was a deliberate, calculated move, a final warning issued with all the weight that the term implies. The message, characterized as the last warning, is a clear signal of Israel's position and its readiness to escalate matters if necessary. It's a tense moment, a high-stakes game of international diplomacy where the next move could have far-reaching consequences. The message is clear, but how will it be received? This question lingers in the air, echoing in the silent spaces between diplomatic dispatches and media reports. Only time will tell. In the midst of conflict, where is safe? This question echoes in our minds as we navigate the labyrinth of global crises. In the heart of such turmoil, we find the courageous individuals of Doctors Without Borders, a humanitarian medical organization that dares to venture where many fear to tread. Their recent statement rings out like a clarion call, a sobering reminder of the dire situation in Gaza. They've declared unequivocally that there is no safe place in this besieged region. Imagine, if you will, living in a place where safety is a luxury, not a guarantee. This is the harsh reality for the people of Gaza. But the organization didn't stop at a mere statement of fact. They went on to provide a chilling prediction, a stark warning that an attack on Rafah, a city in the southern part of the Gaza Strip, would be nothing short of catastrophic. The word catastrophic is not used lightly here. It signifies a situation of immense suffering and devastation, a scenario where the already strained medical facilities would be overwhelmed, where the toll on human lives would be insurmountable. It's a grim picture, but it's one that Doctors Without Borders paints with a purpose. They aim to raise awareness, to galvanize action, to inspire change. They remind us that every life matters, every voice counts. They remind us that in the midst of conflict, amidst the chaos and the noise, we must not forget the value of a single human life. Doctors Without Borders is not merely a name, not just an organization. They are a beacon of hope in the darkest corners of the world. They represent a commitment to humanity, a dedication to preserving life in the most dire of circumstances. Safety is a basic human right, yet it remains elusive for many. So, as we ponder this statement, let's not forget the people of Gaza, the people of Rafah. Let's remember that behind every statistic, behind every headline, there are real people, living real lives, hoping for real change. And let's remember the courageous doctors who, without borders, continue to fight for a safer, healthier world. How do political decisions impact those on the ground? This question brings us to our next point of discussion: Israeli sources. According to these sources, a plan to invade Rafah, a city on the border of Egypt and Palestine, is already in place. The military is merely waiting for the go-ahead from the political echelons. The decision to invade Rafah is not one to be taken lightly. The city, located on the border of Egypt and Palestine, is home to thousands of people, many of whom could become collateral damage in the event of a military operation. The green light the military waits for is not merely a signal to commence operations. It is a decision that could potentially alter the lives of countless individuals, families, and communities. This green light will not only trigger a military operation, but also set in motion a series of events that could result in humanitarian crises, economic instability, and political upheaval. The plan to invade Rafah, as reported by these Israeli sources, is a stark reminder of how political decisions made at the highest levels can have far-reaching and often devastating consequences for those on the ground. In the game of power and politics, it's often the ordinary citizens who bear the brunt of these decisions. Awaiting the green light, the fate of many hangs in the balance. How do nations respond to internal dissent in times of conflict? This question becomes particularly relevant when we look at the actions of the Jordanian regime amidst the escalating tension in the region. In an attempt to maintain order and security, the Jordanian government launched a campaign that led to the arrest of several activists. These weren't just any activists, though. These were individuals who were openly advocating for the support of Gaza. Their call? A bold one. They urged for the cessation of the road that plays a pivotal role in transporting food materials from Jordan to Israel. This move by the Jordanian authorities highlights the complex dynamics at play. On one hand, there's the need to maintain diplomatic relations and ensure the flow of essential goods, such as food. On the other hand, there's the ever-present undercurrent of political dissent and the fight for what some see as a moral imperative. But at what cost does this balance come? The arrests have sparked debates about civil liberties and the extent to which governments should go to maintain order during times of conflict. It's a fine line to walk, and one that's being scrutinized not just within Jordan, but on the global stage as well. Under pressure, governments often resort to measures that challenge civil liberties. The question remains, where should the line be drawn? Conflict often has far-reaching consequences, but how far can they go? The answer, unfortunately, can be measured in the loss of human lives, even in regions seemingly distant from the epicenter of conflict. In a recent turn of events, the United Arab Emirates Defense announced the untimely death of 3 of its soldiers and a Bahraini officer. The cause? An attack in Somalia. Even as the world's attention is riveted on the escalating tensions in Rafah, Gaza, this incident serves as a stark reminder that the ripples of conflict are not confined to their point of origin. These brave men, who donned their uniforms with the intention of safeguarding their nations, fell victim to the unpredictable and far-reaching impacts of conflict. Their loss underscores the fact that the reverberations of strife can touch lives thousands of miles away from the immediate battleground. It's a sobering reality that forces us to acknowledge the interconnectedness of our world. An attack in one corner of the globe can trigger a chain of events that lead to casualties in another. It's a domino effect of destruction, a testament to the far-reaching grasp of conflict. As we mourn the loss of these soldiers and continue to monitor the situation in Rafah, we are reminded of the importance of striving for peace and stability. The ripples of conflict reach far and wide, touching lives beyond the immediate battleground.